Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I decided to go live and then decided to start eating a cookie. So, you know what? Those of you who got here a little early, we can enjoy this cookie together. It's a public sugar cookie. What more could you want? I'm gonna put this somewhere. So I decided to, since this is a short stream, I decided to leave your dance break from yesterday and then obviously your points from the memory game as well. So we didn't reset those just because I got this cookie and I'm feeling good about it. So how is everybody doing this morning? I spent an egregious amount of time last night along with Speedy, who is incredible. Who set up the Discord for us last night. So we now have a landing place for all of this chaos. Oatmeal raisin cookies are pretty good. Only from Publix though. There's only been like a few places that I actually enjoy oatmeal raisin cookies. We're gonna make this smaller. I gotta figure out, make this more. I thought it would be cool to have like a graphic, and now I'm like, this sucks. So anything that's like, want to play the memory game? Check the Discord, because that's obnoxious. But I have I'm gonna go back to bed. Yeah, I was thinking about it. I have like a parent-teacher meeting at 1:30, so I was like, I'm gonna jump on here and do things, and then I have to go to life stuff and talk about, you know, why I have to, like, so it's basically, I don't know how many people actually, like who has kids and who has to deal with this kind of stuff, but like, parent-teaching meetings are wild. I'm like, I think the teacher is like scared of me, but then I'm also scared of her. 4 hours of sleep is not enough sleep. So then, upon being scared of the teacher that I have to go talk to, I then have to also convince her that I need to like hold my daughter back in school because she's not very good at it. Which is like a weird thing to have to like fight for. But also too, she is really, really young for her age. Like the pediatrician was saying, oh, well, if she was born 2 weeks later, then she would have just went to school last year. Or no, this year. So like, if she had been born 2 weeks later than what she was, then basically they would have sent her to school in August, which is kind of a crazy thing to think about. Like, it's like, I didn't think about it because I was like, oh, like, you know, she's 5 or whatever, so we're just gonna send her to school. And now I'm like, she's really bad at school, and they're like, oh, she'll get it. And then it turned out like she just like didn't all year. She just straight didn't. And you know, they're like, oh, well, you know, maybe next year. I'm like, well, I don't want to send her off to 1st grade if she's going to continuously be bad at school. So now I have to go to a parent-teacher meeting and just like fight adults about why. I'm like, am I actively saying my child's dumb, or like, where are we at with this? But it's super, super crazy. Because like 2 weeks is going to make the difference between whether she went to school last year or literally in August, which is like a few months from now. So I don't know about you, but like, developmentally wise, that's an insane amount of time. Like the stuff that you learn over a year, especially at like the age of like 4 and 5, is so crazy. So like, okay, so my birthday's in December. So I was like one of the oldest people in my grade, right? So I graduated, I was like 18. Did anybody graduate at 17? Like, you graduated high school at 17 years old. This is totally Lorcana relevant, by the way. I'm just on a weird tangent today. What age did you graduate high school? Were you 17, 18, 19? Pretty sure 20. They have to, like, kick you out because, like, legally you can't be there anymore. Or is it 21? I don't know. I remember being in high school and there was, like, a senior that had failed, like, 4 times. And I think he, like, aged out. Yeah, you were closer to 20. Okay. So, like, think of your brain at 20 years old. Think of your brain at 19 years old. Now think of your brain when you were 17 years old. Were you an adult? I wasn't even an adult by the time I was 23. 17, college was a year for a year being a child. You were literally a child. You were an actual child and you were sent off to college. Now your peers are like 22, 23. Like, were you even old enough to drink by the time you like, by the time you graduated college? That's insanity. I'm much older than that now and I still don't know if I could be considered an adult usually. I mean, yeah, like, it was really, you know, like when I was actually, you know, pregnant with my daughter, I'm like going to the doctor's appointments and they're talking to me and I'm like, well, I don't know why you aren't treating this like a teenage pregnancy. Like, that's crazy that you're not, you know, babying me in that manner because I'm clearly not old enough for this. But yeah, so that was kind of my line of thinking is I'm like wondering, I'm like, okay, so my daughter over the year is getting better at like tying her shoes and picking up her things and being more organized and recognizing that hey, this is for the rest of your life. You got to wake up and go to school, you know? And so I'm proud of her for those accomplishments. But then at school, they're like, she's lovely. She is respectful. She blah, 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 blah. But she could care less about the alphabet and she could care less about like, you know, she likes numbers a lot. But, you know, you ask her, you're like, what letter is this? She's like, I don't know. And then she just goes and does something else. So, like talking to her pediatrician, I'm like, is that like, maybe I don't need like a college fund. Like she's probably just gonna, like I could save money. And he's like, no, she's probably just like, the maturity isn't there yet. Like, she knows that she needs to be a person, but she doesn't really recognize why any of this academic stuff is important. And she doesn't even have the space for it because she's still trying to learn how to sit still and, you know, be a 5-year-old in a situation. So yeah, now my parent-teacher meeting is I get to go and fight with them about, hey, can you just like keep my kid in kindergarten for another year? But no. Graduating at 17 sounds scary. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I'm born in December, so like my birthday, like I was 18 by the time I graduated, so I was like, I'm an adult. I wasn't, but you know, I thought I was. But being literally underage when you sent off to college is crazy. It doesn't get any better when they're 14. Apparently, these are still conversations we're having. Well, crap. You know? And I'm like, for me, the bar is so low. I'm like, girl, just get up, put your shoes on, everything, you know? And I'm like, hooray, you did like real life things. Waiting a year will not be a bad thing. And like her teacher's like, well, like we can discuss our options. I'm not gonna slam her in summer school the entire time just so she can like still be behind when she gets to first grade, you know? Hey, what's up, Ivy? It was people. It was scary. People are like, "You want to go to this club?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like Chuck E. Cheese." Like, listen, Chuck E. Cheese is scary now. It's like scary now. So, but like, you're like, I can't even get into that club. But honestly, Dave & Buster's is like a legit like weekend planned, except for it's so expensive. But at the same time, I'd rather go to an arcade than a club. But that's just who I am as a person. But yeah, again, I don't, yeah, everyone is different and we all have to do what's best for the individual. And that's kind of what it is. Like, I would rather her be a little bit ahead in her class than being, like, struggling to keep up the entire time. And I'm sure when we get a little bit older, there's a little bit of a attention thing that we'll have to assess because, you know, she's related to me. So, but we'll cross that bridge. Have you had, like, any of the you know, what they so lovingly refer to as, like, a learning disability? You know what it feels like to, like, not get it when everybody else around you is getting it? And you're, like, having to work extra hard just to get the simple thing that everybody else just knows. So, I don't want that for her. And plus, she's actually, like, a lot shorter than everybody else. So now she'll probably just be the same height as everybody else. So I think it's good. Her teacher thinks it's not good. So I need to get her, like, I just want everybody to be like, this is just a thing that we're doing. It's not a big deal. Like, besides, you go to, like, or like you go to first grade and all of a sudden it's like that jump from middle school to high school. And they're like, this is, you know, like, all of a sudden your workload, like, multiplies. And you're like, why did you have to, like, go in like that? That's like, y'all went entirely too hard. Like, I was coloring inside the lines and now I'm doing, like, algebra. Like, why? All right. All right. So today is a short stream. We do have... That was scary. That scared me. A new challenger? Really? But yeah, today's a short stream. I wanted to go over, I don't think we went through, like, Reddit and Twitter and everything. Oh, hi. Yesterday. So I wanted to kind of see where everybody else was at the like, on the meta. I wanted to see what's going on. People are getting ready for ETB. There's also an event in Belgium going on this weekend. All Infinity, all the time. CCS is in Houston, which that is core. So it's very interesting to have different people split through the different formats. But I wanted to see what people are complaining about on Twitter before I have to go and do human things. But I did get the Discord kind of set up. So I have a Discord. Woo! I also have new emotes and stuff, which I think is, like, you know, really cool of me. I'm just kidding. I did a lot of weird admin stuff last night. So there's new emotes. There's new stuff in the Discord. There's a new place for you guys to go and be insane. If you need an adultier adult, there is no one in there. I'm just kidding. So yeah. Are you guys, like, what events are you guys doing this weekend? What are you guys doing this weekend? Are you having to focus on core? Are you having to focus on Infinity? Because I feel like the people that are having to focus on core are being punished right now. Excuse my bag of cookies. Because it looks like level is going to be at ETB. I cannot wait for this. Which, speaking of this, I actually got invited to remote cast by the Dr. Lumineer, the top cut of the CCQ in Belgium, the Lowlands one. So on Saturday, I should be casting that sometime in the afternoon on the Dutch Lumineers Twitch. So that's gonna be exciting. I'm really excited. They asked me and I was like, well, sure, I'm free. Because I'm not going to ETB and I'm not casting ETB and I'm not doing any of that. So, you know, hooray! But also, oh no, I have to now study and prepare for the an Infinity one. But tonight is the ICL. So I will be casting in the ICL. So I'll get a little bit of practice there. But I'm excited for that one because the Lowlands CCQ in Belgium actually, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Allie. I'm pretty sure. Is it the one in Belgium? The it starts at like 3 a.m. my time. So they were like, oh, you don't, like, we just want you to cast like the top cut. And I was like, okay, like, sure. And then I think they said that Specie is also going to be remote casting, and I've never actually casted with Specie. So if all of this works out, I am beyond excited about that, because that would be so cool. Are you going to go to that one, Allie? Are you, I'm really sorry about that. I'm really sorry. This cookie is really good. Are you and Harlan going to be at that one? Oh, this is exciting! That's so exciting. Part of me is like, I want to wake up at 3 a.m. and like watch it, but that's insane, and I shouldn't do that. But hopefully I will be waking up pretty early, because I do have to work in the morning. So Top Cut should be right around the afternoon for me, but I will be, yeah, get a good sleep, and then yeah, I'll do my morning stuff, and then I'll be tuned in, and then I should be doing it remote if everything goes as planned. And they said, like I said, they said Specie should be also remote, so that would be very cool. And I'm very excited about this weekend, because, you know, ECB is going to be going on in Oakville, so up in Canada, and I'll definitely be tuned into that. But I was like, oh, I get to do EU stuff, which feels fancy. It just feels fancy. So yeah, and then of course the CCS is going to be in Houston, but that's core. And then Daniel says, you staying local and practicing core for set champs. That's very valid. Trying to find a Wilds Unknown troll. Don't they restock at Target? Like Wednesday, Thursday? Should try that. I feel like Target usually restocks. Like the TCG distributors. This is really exciting. We learned all about it. This is really exciting because we found out that not only are you going to be able to get this at like AMC, but there's also a bunch of different ways to get this. Like I think there's this weekend you can go to your LGS and also play Pack Rush. And for participating in Pack Rush, you can actually get a promo, so you don't actually have to be near an AMC. I've been looking at local TCG shops. I'd like to support them. Target isn't going to go to business anytime soon. Yeah. And I think that a lot of the LGSs got their pre-release shipment, and then they got their main release shipment. And if they sold out, I don't know how much more they're going to be getting. Oh, Allie. I think you can use a VPN. But I don't know. Somebody was saying something. I just really like filling in surveys. We took it on here yesterday. And it is fun filling out the survey. Also, I started to feel kind of bad. Where they're like, how much do you play? And I'm like, oof, daily. And it's like, how much do you think about it? I'm like, hey, calm down. It's like, how much has it taken over your life? And I'm like, can you not? Can you not? That's rude. But also, yes. So, very heavily invested in the game. You caught me. I think there's a realm. Just gonna have to call. Ooh. A good old-fashioned scavenger hunt. You can order online if you can't find it. Fair enough. Fair enough. Working on a budget Lurkana video this week, but question is, how will it do League tonight? I mean, it wasn't bad. 2-1. Toys, you got 0-2, or you got, you know, 1 Dwarves is not real. That's not a real deck. That's also... Okay, well... It held its own against... Okay, Toys is real, though. Toys is so real. So if you can't beat Toys, then no. It's in alright league, though. What is a Wilds Unknown set champs? Does that mean that I have to have Wilds Unknown deck? No, so basically it is core. So it can be a core legal deck. And that'll be held, I think, next month. And it's basically like your LGS has... Some of them have them on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But you don't have to have like a Wilds Unknown deck. It's literally just core legal cards. But so nothing, so from set 5 and on, so nothing's from set 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Next week? Oh my god. Okay, well. Okay. It's like that Mean Girls quote. I spend about 80% of my time talking about Disney lore content, and the other 20% of the time I was praying for someone else to bring it up. Yeah. Pretty much. Next week being the first. Do you get anything from it? Oh my god, let me tell you what you get from Set Champs. Okay. Hold on. Let me put my cookie down. Let me put my cookie down. Let's see. You really need to. Nope. Nope. Organized play? Here we go. Okay. So, no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! Oh my god, they're actually killing me. So they have the winter spell dates up there, just in case anybody wants to time travel. So good to know. Anybody that has a time machine can then go back and experience winter spell Set Champs as they were intended. However, come on! Let's see. Nope. Nope. They're killing me. Actually... Pre-release. Wait. Set championships. Test your mettle against the best in your area. Aside from the competition is a great venue to meet players, trade cards, and learn new game strategies. This is all true. Okay, well, they're actually frying me on this. So you do get a participation. They're killing me. Same. If anybody has a link, it would be lovely. If is this it? Holy. Okay. We got there, guys. We got there. So starting May 8th. Pre-release. That's... They're going to... The fact that they have the Wilds Unknown set champ out there makes me want to crash out. But this is clearly all the stuff that we already know. And please, for the love of all things, please help me. Please help me. Hey, there's the trove that you want. Wait, your Liquid Game Store. The zipper's the only one I don't get. I don't have. The most of pre-release. Okay. Whoo. All right. This is the playmat that you get for winning a Set Champs. So the Set Champs winner, first place, gets the Champion Wilds Unknown mat. And it's so awesome. It's awesome. It's not foil or anything, but you can only get this by going to a Set Champs and winning it. However, for participation, you can go and get a non-foil promo of this. And that's just for literally being there. And I'll tell you a secret right now. It's not even a secret. I'm getting 4 of these. I will go to 4 Set Champs because I need to put 4 of these in my deck. I like the non-foil ones, especially for competing. And I need them because they're beautiful and they're going in my deck. This is what you get for getting top 8. So it's an enchanted foil version of the participation promo. I don't typically play with foils in my deck, especially not enchanteds, because I can't afford 4 ofs, and I don't like, I don't have to worry about, yeah, I don't have to worry, but I want to get top 8. I definitely want to get top 8 because I need a foil version of this card in my binder. I really, really need it. And the participation one, I definitely need 4 of. And yes, I do really need 4. Because if I don't have a complete playset, my brain will feel like there's bees crawling in it. And if you know what that means, then you know how I feel. But yes, I need 4. It's a complete set. It is 1, 2, 3, 4. So the bonus of bringing 3 kids with me Set Champs, we get a playset every time. Well, there you go. You're like, oh, thank you. These are mine. I know I would love one of these mats. I think it's really cool. I don't think I'll be winning one of these mats. Not in the area that I'm in. There's no like throwaway set champs in my area, right? And especially I think these are going to be highly sought after and very, very competitive set champs just because of the nature of it. Kind of like how the Maleficent Dragon was, where everybody was like, I have to have that. So I'm going to be trying though. I'll be trying. So I'm kind of new to this and bought dogs. It was the cheapest meta deck and it looked fun. Sorry. Anyways, it's obviously diet post rotation. So would toys be something relevant that lasts a while and be competitive? I mean, that's the hope, right? So the problem with trying to future-proof anything that you're buying right now is when Attack of the Vine comes out, we don't know how that's going to change. So there might be no reprints. There might be a couple reprints. And also this is the first rotation after Fabled, and Fabled was handled in a way that they're never going to do again. So we don't actually know until we know. So once it gets closer to spoiler season, that's a really good time to start buying cards, and that's a really good time to start kind of throwing your lot in with an archetype or deck, because you know when they printed the bounce package back with like Madame M. Fox and Madame M. Snake and all of that, and it changed the entire scope of the game. So that can happen with each set. And then also on top of rotation, it's just going to kind of be the Wild West, and you're going to have people that are going to be thriving in it. And then you're also going to have other people that are going to be dooming during it. So trying to future-proof your deck right now is going to be very difficult and potentially costly if you predict incorrectly. So it's probably best to just vibe with dogs, play it. It still has viability infinity. And toys is going to be relevant, especially with the new spoiler that they showed. That's the promo for Gen Con with the 4-drop Woody. I missed the bounce package too. So, yeah, I would just vibe. Just try to survive these last few days. Enjoy the dogs, and maybe that'll be your infinity deck after the set. And then, you know, yes, most of them do. And I would pay close attention to it, because like what is like a normal one? Because a set champs should not cost $1 million unless they have prize support. And so if you're having to pay like $50 and you're not getting any packs, don't go there. Don't go to that place. If they don't have any extra prize support, that kind of sucks. And they're just taking money from you to give you things that Ravensburger just gave them. Ooh, so yeah. The bounce package came in a starter deck. It did. It really did. At locals last week, I shifted Trinity and Bouncer and replayed one. Played one. I haven't felt that alive in months. Yeah. Yeah. It's like 15 to $20 around here. Yeah. Good morning. Yeah, shift, bounce Tremaine, play Tremaine is that's a lot of ink. That's a lot of ink. Yeah, I've seen some pretty hefty. Well, actually, let's look at it. We have walk. Let's look at some of them here. This one I just clicked on. The entry fee is $15. I don't know where it is or anything about it, but I just clicked on a random... Okay. Let's see. Drivable set champs. Don't dox me. Chill. Okay, well, these are all... Okay, well... I can't with this. I can deal with Tramp, but that Scamp ruins my day. Yeah, I mean, the thing with it is sometimes at locals, it is seen as like a little bummer to bring the best deck, right, to locals, because you're just like, aw. But at the same time, some people just want to win, man. Some people just want to win. Okay, so 10 bucks, 20 bucks, 15 bucks, 20 bucks, 10 bucks, 10, 25, 19.99. That's a wild thing to do. 20 bucks, 10 bucks, 25, 25, 20, 25, 18, 12, 20, 50. Let's go ahead and see why you're $50. Entry 50, $25 discount for anyone who has played in at least 4 of our... This is insane. Oh, lunch provided. Huh. Huh. So, entry, $25 discount for anyone who has played in at least 4 of our Wilds Unknown locals since May 15th. Yeah, trying to keep the jerseys out, right? That's, that is a way to do it. I don't know how I feel about it. Is this something that could be reported? Like, is this allowed? One of our stores tries to do that to keep those to try to snipe the mats out. Like... I mean, I guess, I don't know if there's any specific rules against doing this, but it feels bad. Hey, yeah, you can't do anything to try to stop non-locals coming. It's the rules. Got it. Okay, I was like, this... Yeah. It, like... Ugh. I don't want to like... So the set champs, it's like... I understand. I understand wanting to like have your locals have fun and stuff. They're welcome to play. They just have to pay more since they didn't support the store during the season. Yeah. But there is an option to make it invite only so they can stop non-locals. Yeah, I have seen that to where like you have to sign up in person. It might be a deal still. I mean, if the lunch is a $25 lunch. But lunch is provided. Yeah, this one's a really weird gray area because there is part of me that for like the social aspect of it, like, oh, like if you come to this, then, you know, a $25 slice of pizza. Yeah, invite only so you get a code when you're there. You can't do a locals only store such. It's in the rules when you speak to RB to get the OP kit. Yeah, it's not locals only, but I mean they are definitely invite only is to stop people signing up and not showing. That's actually really good. I think that that's a really good way of doing it because people do sign up and then just don't go. And I hate that. So yeah, there was like a way of saying like, oh, if you, because people will just like sign up for like 5 or 6 at a time and then they just choose which one they're going to the day of, which I don't agree with that. I really don't. I think that that's like kind of crap behavior because it's literally like you're like no call, no showing at a place. And it also makes the numbers look weird. And sometimes when people do that, then events don't fire or like it gets wonky. So I definitely agree with like, if you sign up for one, just make sure you drop, you know. No, forcing an argument can be that local play earns you a discount. Yeah, and it's like the entry fee is this. So like, here's the entry fee. But, you know, if you've played, if you've meet these requirements, then you get a discount. So everybody can play. But, you know, a discount is morally fine. Charging an extra 25 is not. Yeah, I think that's how they're like getting around that, right? Like, okay, no, this is the entry fee. Well, you're getting Make it $5 or so, not 25. You're getting lunch though. The foil top 8 card ends up costing that much. 25 bucks. Do you think the Woody's going to be 25 bucks? We have a local store that charges for set champs, and if you attend 5 weeks of locals, you earn a free entry to set champs. That's kind of good, I guess. I mean, I think if you're doing it like, no, it's not worth it. I mean, it depends, right? Like if you're winning, you're basically paying like 25 extra dollars to get lunch and a guaranteed mat and a Woody. Imagine paying 50 bucks, getting a bad lunch and not winning though. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, and that's the thing is you probably could just go somewhere else and that's going to dissuade people. But I mean, if you got people like, I don't know, say you're like DKP, right? And you're like, I'm spiking the crap out of this. So I pay 50 bucks, I get lunch, and I get a guaranteed mat and a guaranteed top 8 promo. I think if it was DKP or like Ed or Zan, I'd do it. You know? What's like a $50 afternoon with lunch and just like, you know, going to get a mat. But if I'm me, I ain't doing that. That's exactly what happened. I go and get a bad pizza and then go home sad. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's exactly what would happen. I would absolutely end up eating crappy pizza and then going home. My locals before our Lorcana group died. If you were first at the end of league, you got a free entry to Sep Champs. That's pretty cool. Both of the Sep Champs I go to are $25. One gives packs as top surprising, and the other has cute raffle stuff to raffle. If they charge more than 10 bucks and they don't provide any kind of prizing, I hate that. I am so bummed. Like, charging, because like $5 a person for someone to come and sit in your store and you're like running this tournament. So like, that's kind of paying for the lights to be on and the space, because obviously too, like what if they come into your store and they start buying sleeves and they start, I'm thinking of like from a business perspective, right? So like the kits come based off of your how much people use Ravensburger Playhub. And so if you have fostered a good environment and people are coming to play set champs, and then you're charging people like a ton of money just to give them the resources that you got, I don't know. That's a tricky thing. Like, charge them like 5 to 10 bucks so you're not losing money on them taking up space in your store for other people that could be coming in that weekend and playing. But also, if they're coming in and spending money, then you're still kind of making money. But $25 is crazy if you're not going to add like a pack or something in. I also highly dislike when stores don't do some kind of second place prizing, you know? Because the mat is great, and if I win the mat, cool. But if I go second place at your store and then you just high-five me and you charge me $25, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be mad. You know? I don't miss second place mat that much. I miss it because I can only get second place and I lose in the finals every time. But I think that it's cool that the mat is exclusive to first place. And it's not like oversaturated with like runner-up mats. But I think that the store should give some kind of extra prizing for second place, because I think it gives the store a way to set itself apart from all the other local game stores in your area, right? Because if everybody's holding the same event on the same day and they're all charging $10 to $25 for it, and that's it, I guess I'm just gonna go to the one that's next to my house and or maybe I'll just dodge, you know, all the Maelstrom team people in my area that day if I want a mat. Or if I go and I know that this store has like prizing and that the second place prizing feels equal to like my day that I've spent there, I want to go to that store, even if it's further away and even if it's a little bit sweatier, because I know if I get second place, at least there's some additional prizing. So, I don't know. I definitely think that there's a really cool opportunity for stores to set themselves apart from the competition in the area, because let's face it, sometimes if you live in a big area, you have a lot of options to go to Set Champs. So what is that store doing to make you want to go there as opposed to all the other places? All those stores near me do top 8 payout. Nice. Which is nice because getting top 4 every time at least I get a box in return, that's sick. I think they should bring back the second place playmat championship. Championship should be foiled where second playmat is normal. Nah, I kind of like that I like the kit as is because I think it has the bones of making Set Champs really cool. And it also throws some responsibility back onto the stores to build a community and foster something. And if they're not doing it, that means that your store isn't... They're just sitting around waiting for Ravensburger to make them money. They're not actually, like... They don't care about the community. And... I don't know. I'm not trying to, like, witch hunt anybody, but, like... I've seen how some of these stores act. Like, these Ravensburger Play Hub... Or, like, Ravensburger kits, they get them... And they're like, I don't know, do you want like a foil out of this or whatever? And you're like, well, you're supposed to like have an event and like actually give that as prizing. And I've been to stores that will hold Swiss events and the winner gets a pin and they do raffles for the promos and they do really cool things. And then when, you know, Set Champs comes around, they have really cool prizing for second place. And I've been to those stores and they are better stores than the store that just hands you the stuff out of the box and, you know, pats you on the head. So I like some of the responsibility going back onto the store because maybe I'm just spoiled and I live in an area with a lot of LGSs. But I don't have to give you my money if I don't want to and if I see that you just straight up don't care and you're not even trying. But like oversaturating things and making the first place playmat feel less special because there's a runner-up one, I don't think is it. Because it makes me want to play in the finals. And losing does suck. It does suck. Losing sucks. And so if losing sucks and I still get a playmat, what was the incentive? What was the point? I got a mat. It didn't say champion, but I actually don't really care whether it says champion or not. I don't need you to know that I won. Me personally. I just want the mat. And I don't have to buy it because it's weird. I don't know. I was a big proponent of bring back the second place mat for a really long time. And after kind of like thinking about it for a little bit longer, I'm like, no, because if I win a mat in your face and you don't get one too, I get it. You don't get it. You lost. But you should get prize support, packs, something. I don't know, a pop figure, little jig, little dance. I don't know. But I think it should be up to the store. And I think it should be on the store. There is a... And we have 4 stores holding Set Champs within 5 minutes of walking each other. Yeah, there is a store near me that does 2nd to 8 get the same prizing, which is crazy, kind of crazy for that. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. If your store does that, call them out. Be like, yo, this sucks. And they'll be like, oh, well, they'll push you back on Ravensburger. They'll be like, oh, well, Ravensburger, you know, they don't, like, they're Set Champs. They don't give us, like, additional, like, guidance. Or, well, okay, first of all, you're a store owner. You're a business owner. Get creative. And you just took $25 from me. You don't think you could have thrown a few more packs into Top Cut? This is what you do for a living. Or if you do know them more than the store owner, help them. Help them in this like tournament setting and being like, hey, as a community, I think it would be really cool if we had a little bit more thrown towards like 2nd place and 3rd place or whatever. And then that way this doesn't feel bad and you're not just like looking at this and going, okay, sure, here, whatever. Because some store owners might not be, you know, tournament organizers, right? They might not actually have that information on how to make it a good experience, but since we're very passionate about it, we can help them if they're willing to listen. I don't know. It's also a really cool way to try to build community and set your store and your locals apart from another store that just doesn't care. You've got Maelstrom, I've got Nevershift, so do I. FPG, Lorecraft Society, and sometimes only Lore and a few smaller teams. We're in the same area, Trevelyan. I don't know what you're talking about, but nice try. Our main store, one store I went to, only extra prizing for first place, also got a box, and I thought that sucked because first place already gets a mat, and you should be making one everyone else is. You're like, oh, and by the way, you get a mat and a box, and it's like, you kind of missed the mark on that. I mean, I guess it's like, maybe like you split the box or something. Like, I don't know. I've got a new store opened up near me and hosted a Set Champs as a non-OP store. How did they do that? How did they even get the resources to do that? Did they just like buy? Okay. How did they manage that? Let's see. That's interesting. It must have bothered him. Must have bothered him enough to say anything. Huh. All right. Reginald's here! I don't know why. I don't know why you didn't get a notification. You gotta check your notifications. Also, it might have... If you're in the Discord, it might have actually... Yeah. We also have the Discord where you get notifications from. You're notified all over the... Oh, he found it. I do non... Let's see. I do non-official ones in server, but it's made very transparent that all pricing is donated by members. Oh, that's kind of cool. Either the website was not updated, and we're an OP store, or the distributor sold it to it anyway. There's probably some weird back-end stuff that I don't understand because, again, I don't own a store, and I know like you have like the store distributor and blah blah blah. So you know, why do some people have crayons next to their names? Those are people that have been subbed, and I think you're subbed through Prime. So those are, yeah. You even got a DM that you were going live. If you're in the Discord, I think it does now DM you. So my bad. Let's see. I found that the best stores usually are led by great community members and not stores themselves. Rare occasions in a store owner or employee that are also community members. Yeah, and that's kind of what I've noticed. That's what I've kind of noticed was that a lot of stores are just like, the store owners are like, dude, I don't know. We're like a Warhammer store, so what do you want? But the one stores that I see, like you're talking about, like, oh, we do a raffle and we do this and we do all these really cool things, and that's community driven, right? Like somebody started a youth league and somebody decided to like start a cosplay thing, and it's like dress up your character, and people bring like baked goods and snacks and like all of those things that I see happening that look really cool in the community. Those are other people in the community. They're not store owners. I mean, the store owners are probably like, sure, I don't care, which is nice that you have a spot to do that. But if the store owner also sees that, oh, this community is really big, I need to pay attention to this community because they're bringing in a lot of people. The Lorcana people enjoy XYZ, and then they bring their family and their friends. And so then it's basically like, then the store owner is more incentivized to pay attention to your local Lorcana community as well. And so I've said it before, but like, if you really want that, be the change that you want to see in the world. you know, I don't know how much energy I have. I have been talking to Dr. Lore. I don't know if you guys know who that is in the Lorcana community, but they are a local of mine, and he and I have been discussing ways that we could get our local community more involved, or ways that I could bring more local games maybe to my Twitch or something like that. So we're kind of in the works on just because I've moved to a new area, I'm a lot closer to people. Apparently being over in the Tampa Bay area was just like crazy. No, not Dr. Tran, Dr. Lore. It's his name is Josh, I do believe. I don't want to dox him entirely, but he has like a Instagram, he has a Twitter and everything. And he is typically focused on like the sports psychology of the game, and so he said he like is always posting different things about like psychology and competitive mindset sets and things like that. Listen, I am like literally always, but they are local to my area, and we've been brainstorming ways of how to bring more local content, maybe doing like broadcasting the locals or things of that nature. So yeah, but I think, you know, that's another way, like hopefully we can start to build a community that way, and then that becomes something it's more and more, and it's literally me, you know, and other people around me just donating their time and effort and energy just to kind of build the place that we want to be in. And I think that that's the most important, because there's a lot of situations where people are just going to go to stores for prizing no matter what. You know, like there are going to be people that go and pay the $50 for that to go get a bad piece of pizza and just spike a mat. So you don't have to like incentivize. I think he was at PPG Orlando last year. It's like the people that you don't have to incentivize people to like want prizing, right? Like they, like I said, somebody's gonna go, they're gonna pay that $50, they're gonna eat a bad piece of pizza, and they might even get the mat, and they're not even gonna think twice about it because it's worth it to them. They want to go play. But then there is there are we're not talking about this. I know who Dr. Tran is. This is the person I'm talking about. Okay. So yeah. Threw me off. But anyway, just trying to cultivate locals and make it something a little bit bigger than, you know, just Set Chaps comes around and then people go and spike it through the area and just kind of know, you know, do that. But let's see. Let's just like I said, I don't have that probably won't be able to make it such a... Oh, yeah, you've got like a new baby in 20 minutes. 20 minutes you have like a new baby coming. This is it. This is Dr. Lore. So he was out here at the Recreate Your Mind. Yeah. Boop. Alright, so 6 days, and then you're just gonna have another human in your house. That's wild. And exciting. And wild. I know they might be using different brands, but... Woo! Thank you for the follow! Ooh, Fairy Queen. Oh, this is Fairy Queen. Fair Queen. And then Fairy Queen Tink literally right behind. I'll only do one the other day. I told my husband we would go watch Scottish games. Oh. Yeah, you and Liam are going to have babies in the same time. Your babies are going to be the same babies. No, that's not right. Fair Queen. Hi. And like I said, it's like Fair Queen and then Fairy Queen Tink. So are you both royalty? Welcome to the chat. Let's see. What does your wife having a baby to do with going to set champs? He can't. Oh, that's Spartan's trying to get banished. Truly and utterly banished. What a wild thing for you to attempt to say. Huh. Really, Lurkana Duer? They're having the baby right now? Like, right now? There's so many babies. What was going on? What the heck? No. What was going on that made so many babies What is going on with my... What is happening? I'm gonna need Instagram to be normal. That's where I go for my news. I don't understand what's going on. Okay. That was really weird. Are they, I don't want to, like, get in the middle. Did they, like... Well, listen. I mean, Lurkana Duo, you and your wife, Liam, you guys are all having babies literally the same time, okay? Let's see. Apparently, my state hosts Highland Games, and I didn't realize such things were on the same day. I couldn't tell you a thing about Highland Games, so, I hope it's good. I hope it's fun. Let's see. I hope you stub your toe. And listen, I know, but like, I don't know. Wait. I don't know. You know, like sometimes like, you know, February, you have a lot of like October birthdays because like, you know, I don't know. All right, we're getting weird. We're getting weird. Yeah, you get like a lot of October caber tossing. That is, what is that? What is that? Fairy Queen Tink is coming out here with all of the weird stuff here. Set rotation 101. What it means and how to survive it. Nobody knows how to do that. Set rotation happens once a year in most TCGs. Older sets are removed from the main competitive format core constructed, so only newer cards can be used. It is not the 24th. It is actually the 17th, but that's fine, guys. 17th. Ha ha ha. Spartan Sickles got cooked again. It would have been late August. Okay, wait. October birthdays are New Year's babies? I thought that was like Valentine's Day babies. Your channel points to be refunded. Spartan Sickle get wrecked. Aha! The noon. Yeah. I got you. It would have been last August. Oh my god. We're trying to figure out what happened and why everybody's having a baby this week. When we were all celebrating NACC last year? I'll figure it out. I know. I did. I told you I got all new stuff, you guys. So, also, this is not correct. It is the 17th of July, so don't write that down. That's not a great date. Year 1, rotated. It's already year 2. Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll have, sure. These are all things. What do I do with my old cards? Keep staples and might get reprinted. Hold on to favorite decks for casual play / infinity. Consider trading extras right after rotation if prices dip. That's weird. I mean, extras is probably sell them before because prices do be dipping. Sell them like a little bit before. If you have extras, do not pellet sale your play sets. Do you know how many people just sold off foil play sets of Madame Mim Fox and all that other stuff? Insane. Don't do that. Did you know where cards get reprinted? Both new copy and old copy illegal and core constructed? Yes. It's very good information. Okay, well, all right. Sure. What is this, Fairy Queen Tink? It's not 25. Remember? Oh yeah, you're still figuring that out. Fairy Queen Tink. I don't know what this is, and you know sometimes when how to throw a caper championship, the Scottish caper tie. It's just a stick. Okay, it's a log. It's a log. It's a no. I need to. I've been waiting. I've been waiting all my life to see whatever this is.
When hinges creak in doorless chambers, and strange and frightening sounds echo through the halls. Whenever candlelights flicker where the air is deathly still, that is the time when ghosts are present, practicing their terror with ghoulish delight.
Is that Haunted Mansion? Honestly, I'm happier with the Haunted Mansion stuff. Oh, wow, no, he's gonna hold it for like a second. And he's running. And he's running. What? What? It's a big stick toss. It's a big stick toss. Throw out your back in a kilt. Throw your back out. All right, well, I'm going to need a little bit of Spartan sickle.
Calori, 2 fried 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 calori, 2 fried.
Uh-huh. That's crazy. Okay, that was insane. He figured it out. How many is that? It's enough. It's enough. It is a big stick toss. Why are she talks about tossing cabers and brave. Why? What's the history behind it? You're just like, I'm going to toss this really big stick because we didn't have much else to do back then. And that could literally, that's like 99% of it, right? Like back then, like we were bored. We tossed giant sticks and said, hey, if you toss your stick the furthest, you are stronger and more manly. I'm always seeing like the videos that fit the cars pretty close to you. Remember what color image meant. Yeah. Oh, okay. What? 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 Allie, what? Oh, look how cute your little pin is. Oh, it's so cute.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion. I am your host, your ghost host. Kindly step all the way in please, and make room for everyone. There's no turning back now. Our tour begins here in this gallery, where you see paintings of some of our guests as they appeared in their corruptible, mortal state.
Thank you! My gosh. Remember when we talked about channel points banning text-to-speech? Can we revisit that? I mean, that is a valid thing to throw in there. It's a valid thing to throw in there. When will you come to Italy to cast a tournament? If there is any Italian TO that would like to fund my journey and stay in Italy to cast a tournament, I'll come to Italy and I'll cast a tournament. That's all I need. All I need. All I need. Let's be real. All I need is a plane ticket, a place to stay, food, probably Ubers.
Howdy, folks. Please keep your hands, arms, feet.
Are you Googling this or do you know this by heart?
Remain seated at all times. And be sure to watch your kids. Now then, hang on to them hats and glasses, cause this here is the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Yeah, only? Yeah, is that all I need? Google. Stop Googling it! You have to do it from memory. You have to do it from memory or you don't get to do it. Maybe water too, yeah. Dutch Illuminator is here! But yes, I mean, yeah, if anybody, in Italy
never
would
gonna
like...
give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye.
Alright, well, Spartan Sickles is really gunning for, just a slap ban. Alright, okay, he's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Whew! No, because we're, like, okay. The Italy thing, get me to Italy. Don't let me homeless. I'll be there.
Chaos, 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 chaos.
It was actually, that one was kind of a banger. That one got me a little bit. But I won't be in-person casting any Italian tournaments soon.
You just lost the game.
You can't join them. You can't join them. Holy. You're 1.5k points away from giving a timeout. Oh my god. Yes, Reginald, you just lose the game. I think we all lost the game. I think we all lost the game. Not me trying to negotiate an Italian weekend while you guys are just I don't know what's happening. I just like I have this image of me trying to like discuss something with somebody, and then you guys are just like doing cartwheels in the background, and then like, you know, and then just like somebody's just like coming behind. That's what it feels like right now. It feels like, and I pretty much have fostered this type of insanity. So that's on me. That's on me. And I'm like, yes, and if I do ever get the chance to come out there, I typically like to bring, you know, a very professional mindset. I really make sure that I study the meta, and then you guys are like back there being like what is going on? I have enough, but I'll spend it all. It's an ADHD madhouse. It's been raining here for like a week straight. I'm going crazy. Gotta let out somehow. Just go do like a lap in the front yard. You know what I mean? Like when you let your dog out, just get the zoomies in your front yard and just kind of roll with it. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Pooski, I don't think nobody needs that. That's crazy. It's flooded? Go swimming then. Go swim around the front yard. You know? The world is literally on fire. Wait, we have wildfires here? Okay. The world is literally on fire and you guys are underwater. The duality of the world here. But let's see. I got a lot of cards from Card Market. Shout out, Harlan. Just play sets of playables for decks that I thought that I wanted to play. I call these my spiral cards, as I bought them when I was spiraling on my deck choice, only for the card to arrive. And then, why did I buy these cards? What is this? This is such a relatable thing. Because, like, they're like spiral cards. And then you're like, oh, I have these cards now. And you're like, great, I guess I get to put these up. That is so incredibly relatable. Oh, that's so funny. And then you're like, well, now I get to put these in my binder and then never... Listen, you guys know the memory game has clear rules now, all right? Look at that. This is like an official thing that has happened here. We made a graphic. That means it's real. I did like the tweet. I wanted to give Harlan. Harlan is a very funny person. There's that memory game. For all of you who was wondering. So official. I know, look at that. I made a graphic. It took forever. I kept spelling things wrong. Infinity rant and thoughts of the meta incoming. Let's go. That's Justice. So, from Ego Dre. Who's at the top of that list again? It's, oh, it's you. So, yeah. I just always have the problem as soon as I buy singles I need to pull those cards in packs. You gotta buy old cards. You just like, you either buy all of the singles you need and then you buy the singles you need and then you stop buying packs for that set, or you buy old singles that you need. So... what did you spend points for? I ran across him in Fight Club a few sets ago and he was testing a princess deck. I love people that are just like totally dedicated to like making sure that they just take a good run at everything viable, right? Like, oh, well, that card just doesn't read well. And I feel like Harlan is like one of those people where he's like, I'm just going to throw it in a deck and see what happens. What squats? When did you do that? Oh my God. I didn't even... Why didn't that happen? It didn't pop up. The alert didn't happen. You spent 10K on squat. Why do you even have 10,000 points? And I don't even have the alert set up for it. I just thought you said that there's not enough squats being done. And I said, sure. No, I see it. It literally says points. No, wait, no. No. Wait. Wait. You spent points. How many points did you spend? Did you use TTS or did you actually spend... Oh, sweet Jesus. Sweet merciful God. He actually did it. He actually did it. Oh my God. Why? Why? That's crazy. Well, all right. Foil. Yeah, he did it. I was like, oh, did he do the text to speech and then he made it say that yeah, he spent 10K points on squats. So you guys are animals. How much is like 10K worth? Is that like 20 squats? I mean, wait, we're all spending points? That's insane. That's insane. What do you mean we're all spending points? No, hobbies did, because for some reason 100 squats is insane. That's insane. I ain't even got the time. That's a lot. I'm not doing 10,000 squats, and now I'm definitely not doing 20,000 squats. That's actually, guys, listen. I need Fairy Queen Tink and yesterday's Too Smart. I need you guys back in here. I don't know if you guys are muted, but no, I see. That's 20,000 channel points that just got spent. No. How much is it? Okay. You guys you're like, I'm here. So I think,
when the crypt door creaks and the tombstone quakes, spooks arrive for a swinging wake. Happy haunts materialize and begin to vocalize. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize. When the moon climbs high over the dead oak tree, spooks arrive for a midnight spree. Creepy creeps with eerie eyes start to shriek and harmonize. Grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize. When you hear the knell of a requiem bell, weird glows gleam where spirits dwell. Restless bones etherealize, rises spooks of every size.
Literally. So that's 10, 20, 30. That's 40,000. Oh, bad news. The redeem does say 10 squats and that's it. Oh, thank you. Huh. That was from memory. Really? I'm actually really proud of you. Let's take a second. Because I was like, Reginald, you can't keep Googling the lyrics. You can't keep Googling the lyrics and then putting into TTS. So you actually put the Grim Grinning Ghost song into TTS from memory. Like, that was awesome. That was good. All right, so I'm up to 60 squats. Wait. How did I... And I'm also going to go... Okay. Listen. I'm going to trust one person to tell me how many squats I'm going to do. And, 10 for a 10K. You did cut out the chorus to fit it all in. You fit it all in though. 20 per 10K. So that's like 20, 40, 60, 80. That's 100 squats. That's 100. I don't even know if I could do that. Because listen, it was, wait, what is happening? Spartan sickles? No. Oh my god, what has happened? So we've got hobby, foil, Spartan, snake chips, you monster, blader magician, and coffee cards and games. So literally that's 60. That's 60. Just in that. But that's the problem, is if I could do 20 per, that's literally 120 squats. That's like 120. No, it's like 120. Yeah, 20 per, yeah, 20 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 120, because that's, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, that's a crazy story. I'm the trustworthy person. You know it's not you. You know it's not you. Let's see. Just do 10 an hour until you're done. 6 reps of 20. Get those get those lore gains. Okay. I'm gonna be able to kick through a wall after this. This is crazy. Okay, so I think that... okay, fine. Fine. I'm gonna start. And we'll probably start with like... these aren't even the pants for this. So I'll start and I'll do... Okay. Wait, does somebody know the conversion? What's 10,000 points in like watch time? What's 10,000 points of watch time? Because I think that's important. So I think it's important. I'm just gonna start squatting, and then somebody can do some mathematical stuff. Six ships this diabolical. Huh. I'm not stretched. Wait. Is that 3? Oh, I'm in trouble. I can't actually read the chat from here because my eyes. So that's 10. And 12. 13. 4. Wait, you guys are not traveling your, like, this is... Are you actually counting? I can see the chat a little bit. Are you lost count? I lost count. 17 hours of watch time? 17 hours? 17? That, what? 0 spots completed is insane. That's insane. I'm not that flexible. 10 points per 5 minutes without a sub. Well, first of all, I didn't lose. You didn't lose count. I lost count. That was like 20. Oh no. Okay. This is diabolical. I didn't dress for this. It's hot in here. Do you know I don't have the AC in here? I'm fine. Okay. Was that a squat? That's 4. Ow, my bones. 6. JDZ doesn't get this low. Sorry. Okay, that was 10. Well. God, this sucks. It's a lot different when you go all the way down. It does feel different. I cannot do 100 of these in a row. Ah, okay. 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 Ah. Of course my back is straight. You think? What do you think? Ah, okay. That was 40. Listen! My bones are fine. My bones are technically not fine. So, it didn't work. Color is winded. I'm lactose intolerant! Dude, I'm not squats! I only did 40. How many are left? Somebody, help me. I got it. It's a workout stream. 80 80 left, huh? There's 80 whole squats. Listen. There ain't no way. Oh yeah, stretching is probably good. There ain't no way that my squats weren't. I feel like JDZ ain't even good. Like, you know, like, come on. They're good. They're good. Please. Whoa! I feel like they're good. I've seen some of these content creators doing squats. All right. Oh, 90 degrees with the 90 degrees with the back straight. My knees would die and you'd hear the creaking and cracking. Listen, we lost like 10 people while I was doing that. And I think that that's fair. Because if you're here You're still one of the real ones. You're here for the madness. And I appreciate you. People are like, I'm here for meta-analysis and news. And I was like, well, what if I did a bunch of squats? Because for some reason, you guys saved up all of your points and decided to come at me all at once. All right, let's get through this rant because I want to hear what Ego Dre has to say. And then I'll do some more. Oh, this is a good one. Infinity Rant. Thoughts on the meta incoming. And this was on May 25th, so this was 3 days ago. Although I didn't perform well this weekend, made a couple poor choices to really test both the format. My husband and I debated whether this thing in my shower was a spider or a hair, and the spider and now it's roaming free in my house. That's crazy. I gathered a ton of information over the last few weeks for our upcoming DLC and indie, and here are my thoughts after playing ECC. Amber Steel, without wheel is extremely real. Yes, I lost 2 winner lore gains in Swiss. Congrats, by the way, buddy. And a Akud/Beast on turn 3 every single game. Plus the Aurora cheating out both aerials. Plus the consistency of 4 bare necessities, which destroys me, is why he won the event. Strong choice and Metacall. Check out the deck list if you're curious. Amber Emerald Dogs had the highest conversion rate into top 16, which is no surprise there. However, the adjustments being made to the Steel Met decks at the moment, it would have to adjust to some of its other matchups to still be a clear winner of top cut. Do not think just because it did not win, it is still not doing broken stuff. 37 total, 7 in top 8. The top tables were hella dogs all weekend, but the counterplay is starting to work at least. So, there we go. We haven't had to vote on any pools to waste our channel points on. Well, you guys have 5 more 5 more gifted to the dance break. And you do have the memory game that'll also get you to the dance break. So you guys are truly cooking me though. Emerald Steel by Donald Anonadade was impressive. Our team got to test his list a bit before the event, and it did feel really strong. Generally, if both Blurple and Red Purple weren't so prevalent in the meta, the call to play this deck would be really solid. Sorry for doubting you, Brayden. That's a crazy thing to put. Donald Anonadade is also just a menace in the Lorcana scene. This would have been his second CCQ win if he won the finals there, so also an impressive showing just by him in particular. Horseman Shift. Oh yeah, the Horseman Shift is crazy. I will survive the stream. I will. Blurple. Choosing this deck seems genuinely a throw. Its best matchup is discard decks and sometimes beats Amber Steel. Every other matchup at the top tables is 40-60. Other than that, I don't know why anyone would ever take this to infinity other than the reason I have Demonas, so I want to play them over to Grief Diablo enjoyers like myself. Okay. Red Purple, I feel a little similar to Blurple about this deck at the moment.
It's a world of laughter, it's a world of tears, it's a world of hopes and a world of fears. There is so much that we share that it's time we're aware. It's a small world after all, 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 it's a small world. There is just one moon and one golden sun. A smile means friendship to everyone, though the mountains divide and the oceans are wide. It's a small world after all, it's a small world after all, it's a small world after all.
Thanks, guys. I guess I tuned in the right time. That's, it's I think it might be a small world, Pooski. I'm actually not sure at all. So and I know that he did that from memory, which is insane. I know he did it from memory. That's crazy. Actually, those lyrics aren't that hard to memorize, so I'm sure it was from memory, but yeah, it's a rave. Look at it. Oh my god. So Blurple is a throw. I feel similar about this deck at the moment. However, it still has B-Prep or Sisu and has a great game into the new red-blue variant, so I have more respect for its matchups. But third most played deck in the event and 0 conversion rate seems so throw. At the end of the day, the deck is just too fair, and I imagine losing die rolls on this deck has to be so mid. Meeting. Bye-bye. Red Blue was the most impressive showing, in my opinion, this weekend, playing well into all of the Amethyst throwers and the item variants, really crushing Amber Steel, as they tend to do. The action variant with Olaf are also better into aggro decks than some would expect. I agree. This combo is probably one of the better choices moving forward. All in all, big shout out to Cassie, Lorcana Fran, and Judge Phil, all the judges for running a spectacular event in SoCal. I appreciate the hard work. getting us some great games before the next DLC. Yep. Interesting. All right. All right. I'm gonna do 40 more. Like, we're like a third of the way there. A third of the way there. I got some water. This is what I get for eating a cookie right on stream. Like, not even before stream, it's just on stream. Okay, restriction. Okay. Oh, that hurt. Holding my breath is probably a not great move. This is so annoying. 7. This sucks. Okay, that's 10, 11. Okay. 12. 13. 14. 15. I hate it. 16. 17. 18. 19. Help. 20. 40 seems like a lot. Come on. I actually didn't work out this morning, so... This feels like I'm almost done. Right? Is this 30 or 40?
Maui 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 Maui.
It just keeps going. It just keeps going.
Maui 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 Maui.
Woo! What the hell, Bobby? You know he's got it muted too, so he didn't have to hear a word of that. Not one Maui. Holy. Was that really 30? Oh, crap. The Maui thing messed me up really bad. Oh. Ah! Ah! 2. 3. I hate it. 4. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ha! Wait, we get TTS spam here? I mean, woo! Hey, hold on, TD. Woo, you could just chill. What if you just chilled? What if everybody just, well, good morning! We're doing totally normal Dizzy kind of things in here. Don't even...
Barney is a dinosaur from our imagination, and when he's tall he's what we call a dinosaur sensation. Barney's friends are big and small. They come from lots of places. After school they meet to play and sing with happy faces. Barney shows us lots of things like how to play pretend ABCs, and 123s, and how to be a friend.
123s is funny.
Barney comes to play with us whenever we may need him. Barney can be your friend too if you just make believe him.
Trevelyan, you're fired. I need you to clock out, man. What a bop, Pooski says. Okay. I had Kristoff hitting on me the other day, and I was like, Kristoff, you need to chill, bro. Kristoff is mine, so I'm going to need you to send all that attention my way. Okay. Oh, there's my dice. Holy. It's hot in here. Have I mentioned I actually don't have AC in this room? So, I also contributed to the squats. Don't miss that. What do you mean? What do you mean? Pooski, stop. So that's... I lost sight of it. I lost sight of it. Oh, God. So, 80. So that's, it was 120, so there's 140. So you're just like, the bar is just like actually moving. The move, like I'm seeing the end goal, and it's actually
How
like,
about
you know,
just one? Ooh, RR, ooh, RR, ooh, RR, ooh, RR.
What? What is happening? It is so hot in here. Holy crap. Like I said, I have a AC unit. It's in the living room because this apartment complex has like, it's going to be the death of me. I haven't gotten one for this room yet, so it's very warm in here. Woo! Karaoke redeem, huh? Listen, you have access to a dance break. It's right there. And once that heart is filled, we get to have karaoke time. That is our dance break time, and I leave that up to you, okay? Because if I give you channel point stuff, you guys stockpile it and use it against me. Oh, TV. Add to TV. Oh. All right. What are you doing? Next thing. For a little bit of streaming tools, an extension to supplement your own streaming preview. Ooh, wait, what's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? There's magic in Lorebot. Bobby, what are you doing? Oh, this is more silly. It is truly so hot in here. So what does this do? Let's see. Next thing in the pipeline for Locana, just Twitch extension to supplement your on-screen card preview with an interactive card preview element. Oh, so it just goes straight into it? And so the card pops up. Is there sound? Are you explaining it? Okay, I was like, if there's like an explanation. Huh, interesting. So is that basically, Bobby, if you're still here, basically is this saying like, it's going to be a Twitch extension so people can hover your stream and it'll grow larger? Oh, so like if the card's on it, then they'll hover over the bar thing and then it'll pop up and then they can read it. Oh, okay. That's really cool. That's really cool. Because sometimes the card images actually, I know they are. I know they are. I'm on the screen trying to read it and I'm like, oh God. But then if they can hover over it, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. We love it. Oh no, don't click on that. Let's see, what do we got? I'm looking for 4 Big Sisu, 4 Brawl, 4 Oswald. If you're going to ATB, CCQ, Lucrani. This is bait, and I hate him for it. Because he thinks that, okay, so here's like a funny, here's a little bit of Disney Lurkana lore for you guys. Disney, before I even click on this. So, Sky made a post about like needing 4 forts or something like that before ECC. I don't know, Enchanted Citrus Clash or whatever. And everybody was like, oh, that's bait. Like, he's going to be playing something completely different, blah, blah, blah. Actually, what was happening is he was crashing out because he wanted to panic switch and didn't have the resources to panic switch. So that's what was going on behind the scenes. And so then everybody got a little upset with him. And yeah. Everybody got a little upset with him and was like, I think this is bait. And the funny thing is like, they're like, oh, Sky's like this mastermind. No, Sky was just like literally panicking. And then Katie was telling us, she was like, oh, like, why did you not hit those Diablo triggers? Like, I think on his stream game, he like declined a few Diablo triggers. And she was like, was it like card, like, you know, like resource management, like in the end game, blah, 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 blah. And his response was, I forgot, like FORGOR, and like I'm bad at Diablo IRL. Yeah, same. Like, because she was like, oh, like, you know, I was expecting like this infinite kind of like, well, like in the late game, you really want to make sure that you're paying attention to blah 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 blah, and literally he just I forgot, like I forgot. It's just the way it be sometimes. And even the casters were like, oh, there's like a...
You can never know what it's like. Your blood like winter freezes just like ice, and Teresa cold lonely light that shines from you. You'll wind up like the wreck you hide behind that mask you use. Added, did you think this fool could never win? Well, look at me, I'm coming back again. We got a taste of love in a simple way. And if you need to know how I'm still standing, you just fade away. And did you know that I'm still standing better than I ever did, looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid?
Okay. All right. I was like, what are we? Thank you, Reginald. Now we're just getting TTSs of songs that you actually know by heart. And shout out Elton John. Taking a hated and beloved deck out for a spin on a few games feels slightly underwhelming with the power level infinity, but I live for Doc high rolls. I just can't get it out enough. Yeah, I mean, this is like you know, back in the old days with Rex now. But he eventually played Claire, but I got to draw them anyway in the end, which is so funny. Yeah, like apparently he did miss a lot of Diablo draws, and there was no diabolical master plan behind it. He just forgot, you know, which playing in paper is something that I think if you're going to be sitting here Oh my god, you actually did burn all your points on TTS? That's crazy. No Vinny in that list, 4 out of 10. I mean, Vinny could be a house. Maybe. This deck is already uninkable as all get out. Well, it's not too bad, right? 4, 8, 12? Huh, we'll be fine.
I love you, you love me, we're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too? I love you, you love me, we're best friends like friends should be with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too? I love you, you love me, we're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too?
This is like weird conditioning. Like the song back in the day was like probably endearing, but oh yeah, no. It's gonna be a lot next time. My streams are usually direct results of how you guys what you guys do. And I still have like 60 squats left. So you're gonna think about that while I do 40 more You Actual Animals. But that song is actually really terrifying, right? It's like some kind of like weird conditioning. You're like, I love you, but do you love me too? Do you love me too? Do you? We're a happy family. I kiss and hug you. You know what I mean? Why you like that the TTS, right? It does. It sounds really weird like that. The TTS made it sound like a threat. And I'm not gonna lie, the TTS made that sound like a threat. So we're just gonna mull that over while I do some squats. Week 2 top like okay, so we do have data from these 2 different okay. I'm gonna think about the implications of this. We got items, Sea Dogs, song, a whole new world, discard. It looks diverse, but there is a lot of emerald conversion in there. Oh, look at the 50 player one did have discard, which is like something I feel like most other people aren't really playing right now. Not a lot of people are playing Emerald Steel. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do 40 of these. I am finally getting fried. We were okay at first. Less okay now. This is a lot. We're gonna have to do like a setting where you guys can't redeem that many squats. This is too much. It's too much. That was 20. I am sweating. This is diabolical. Okay. We did 30. 30 seems good. 30 seems good for now. 30 seems like a happy place to be. A happy little number. Yeah, I did miss my workout. I did. I missed it. And you guys are so wonderful. Okay. We're good. We're fine. We only have 30 left. Okay, so I'm dying. Week 2, Infinity top 8. Shout out to Katie. Shout out to Katie for the data. Shout out to Katie for all of the math. Chill, Trevelyan. I need you to chill. All right, so. Woo! I'm truly dying. Thank you, Fairy Queen Tink. Shout out to you for that. I appreciate you. All right. Let's see. So, definitely different top cuts now. So, this was the finals, which, you know, we saw. Katie is a math queen. And Sea Dogs took out Blurple. Yeah, so there's that. Amber or Ruby Sapphire taking out Blurple as well. Stop doing this. Stop it. We got mid-range. We got some Snow Fort things. So this meta seemed a little bit later. This seemed a little bit more aggressive. These players were very tuned in with the meta, it seems. Like very, very, very tuned in with the meta. These players seem closer, and these seem like they're like a little behind. Week 2, Amber Emerald is 33%. Amber Steel 17, yeah. So this is kind of funny to me that the 16.7% and 16.7% is like they're literally canceling each other out. And like Amber Emerald can beat Ruby Sapphire really easily, and it can also beat Amber Steel. So that's why it's just winning. Also, if we're talking about it, I can't do math, but I think if we split this into dogs and fort decks, it would actually be 16.7% dogs and then 16.7% roughly fort. Because if we think about it, this Amber Emerald Ink combination situation is accounting for 2 separate decks. There's a dogs deck and there's a fort deck. So if you keep that into consideration, 16.7% is fort and 16 point... Okay, let me just actually do the math. I just made that up, but... 16.5% is dogs and 16.5% is fort. Probably. So like this... Okay, so basically this data looks scary, but if you split this into the 2 different archetypes, you got fort on one side at approximately 16%, and you've got dogs on the other side with approximately 16%. And then there is a little bit of overlap between the people that have Snow Fort and dogs. So like the people that have Snow Fort and Tramp, right? So, and both are good. I mean, it's just like Amber Emerald. Amber's very, very strong right now, regardless. And Amber Emerald is very, very strong. Bring back Bucky. You can play Bucky at any time. You can play Bucky at any time that you want. Again, this looks horrifying because of the fact that these are two separate decks into one percentage. But this is interesting to me. Okay, I need you to chill and not put that there because there's data that I'm trying to use. So anyway, Amber Sapphire, there was a rise in Amethyst Sapphire. You guys, it's like this week everybody was like, hey, let's play Amber Steel to beat dogs. Oh, we didn't beat dogs, forget it. Let's subset of data. So the Lowlands in Belgium CCQ this weekend, as well as the ETB CCQ in Canada, is really going to give us a lot of data. And I do know that regionally speaking, that's going to be a lot of dogs in Amber Steel. It just is. Just because of the players that are attending there, just because of the locals. I mean, ETB, yeah, that's going to be a ton of Amber regardless, but whether it's paired with Steel or Emerald will be yet to be determined. But I think that it's just going to be, oops, all dogs mirrors, you guys. There, yeah, that's what I said, in Belgium. Or where's the, yeah. In Belgium. Not the UK, just EU is the one that I know about. But maybe there's a third one. I played Amber Steel at ACC and got rocked by 2 Ruby Sapphire and 1 Blurple after beating Emerald Steel. God, that's a wild run. Yeah. Ruby Sapphire is like... I think Ruby Sapphire is a deck. It is a very, very good deck. I think that Olaf does give it really good game. I think that you just have to know how to navigate there and probably know how to... Like, because you need... Like, learning how to get yourself to a situation where you can lore drain effectively, it doesn't matter what they're doing if you're constantly pulling them back, right? The Under the Sea kind of hurts you a little bit because you're trying to get stuff in your discard to just play free Olafs. But was prepping for dogs. Yeah, so that's a really hard problem that I've noticed is not a lot of people play dogs. There is a large amount of them, so there was like 30, they said there was 37 dogs players and like 7 of them converted. But like 37 out of 87 players is like not a ton, but I don't know. So it's like the conversion rate on dogs is just so high, so you're definitely going to see them in top cut, but your Swiss run is literally just going to be clown shoes. And if you can get through your Swiss run, then you still have to be able to beat dogs by the time you get to the end. And that's really hard to account for. And I don't envy anyone going into this weekend. Because this is kind of the thing, right? It's like, oh, we have week 1 data. And you're like, okay, how are we going to adjust? Okay, that's how we're going to adjust. Week 3 is going to, like, this is when we're going to start hammering out the details really, really well. And then we have Dortmund literally next week. Literally next week. And then we do have another CCQ in Coconut Creek, I believe. Clown shoes and Swiss. I mean, that's what it is. Swiss is always clown shoes. Especially, and then you get to the top and you're like, okay, these are the decks now I'm hitting, right? And dog, you have to be able to get past dogs. You have to be able to, and like, obviously, Snowford is doing really well. So like that's like Sea Dogs won here, but Snowfort is the variant that is doing very well all over the place. And I think it's because if Steel is the problem, he had Bare Necessities though. So putting Bare Necessities in Amber Steel is going to be able to sing. Like if you just like play turn 1 Cindy, sing Bare Necessities, maybe you're not removing anything, but you could be hitting the fort, which is what their entire game plan decides on. You might be hitting ramp, which is what they decide on. You know what I mean? So you're disrupting such an integral part of their early game plan that the Bare Necessities might just be everything that you need. Because anytime that anybody has ever Bare Necessities a popsicle or a sail out of my hand, I have wanted to crash out and flip the table. We are officially 3 days away from CCS Houston. Oh yeah, and also people are playing core this weekend too. My final predictions are 20 to 25% of Amber and Amethyst. Huh. Interesting. Just say no to conversion percentages. Okay, this is what I wanted. I wanted this. Woo, okay. I wanted to know. What did we miss? They're talking about core. And I'm just like... Yeah, like, I'm just like, this is core? Like, it's not the best deck? Because I feel like Blurple beats it? But maybe I'm wrong? But the thing is the decks that I was seeing, because they're Dale decks, they're not running Raging Storm, because like Raging Storm is really hard to get to in this deck, but at the same time, like if it's running Raging Storm, it can go toe-to-toe with Blurple pretty well. Or maybe it's just saying I'm going to go under Blurple. I know that this deck is good, but it loses to dogs. So I don't know what we're doing here. This might be bait. Yeah, I agree with this. I don't know about Amethyst Steel. Amethyst Steel is really underwhelming right now because people are leaning too heavily into the dwarf build of it, and I don't think that's the strongest build. I think it's a fine build, but I don't think it's the strongest build. It's just like entirely... It's like ungodly fair. Like not even to... Like it's not even fair. It's just so low powered. It's so low powered. But I think that there will be a number of people on the Ruby and Amber strategy because it does beat dogs, and it will get destroyed by Emerald Sapphire, which I'm pretty sure is the toys, the Ruby Amber. So the biggest predator for the Ruby Amber toys deck is Emerald Sapphire and itself. That deck bricks like nobody's business. and it will just brick itself into a corner and you don't get to play the game. But if you draw well, I think it's one of the better decks in the core format. It can beat dogs. It 100% can beat dogs. And it does. And once it does, the game is over. But if it bricks and stumbles, dogs just takes advantage of that and you can't do anything about it. But a Dale deck eats it. The only thing that, you know, really gets it is the Sapphire decks, because once it's too mid-range. So like once you get to that mid-range part of the match and beyond, Emerald Sapphire is just gonna outmatch and you know what I mean? There's just like there's not enough. You can, but you can't, right? So this is bait. All right, so we're talking about conversion rate. So Amber Emerald actually was the highest played deck in the room next to Amber Steel. This is not something that we've seen before. And it's kind of crazy to me that we aren't talking about this. Because here's the deal. So with that in mind, right? Like, Hungry for Lore, you were like, oh, I played Amber Steel at ECC and I was trying to prepare for dogs. Apparently, the Fort deck and the dogs deck, that was the correct meta choice. You were supposed to be testing for that because this, besides Amber Steel, was the highest played deck in the room. And 7 converted. And only 2 Amber Steel. But Amber Steel won, but that's kind of great because he bare necessity. He literally teched for dogs. But up until this point, every single time that we've talked about saying, hey, this data is crazy to me. And the fact that is anybody talking about this? Okay, I'm fine. Let me catch up. The squats fried my brain. But here, every single time we have talked and discussed about Amber Emerald and how it's a problem and how you don't want to tech for it because it makes you weaker into other matchups and it makes your deck not as good and the meta spread doesn't really have a lot of Amber Emerald, blah, 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 blah. That's all done now. We can no longer say that. Amber Emerald was the highest deck played with Amber Steel. That is not something we have I see it. That's not something that we've seen before. Amber Emerald usually has like 10 players and then it converts, like 7 of them convert. And so it has an ungodly like conversion rate. Now we're seeing it. It's the highest deck played. It's 20% of the meta and a 43% top 16 convert. Like the conversion rate is actually bananas. Now, this conversion rate, this data is a little bit more skewed, right? Emerald Sapphire, there were 3 of them, of which there were 3. So the conversion rate is insane, right? It's a 3.75 conversion rate. That's amazing. Oh my God. Well, there was only 3 of them. So what? 3 of you, like, one out of 3 of you Mad Lads made it in. So it's a 6.3% of the meta share. Like, this is why conversion like ratios are kind of silly. This is what you guys should be paying attention to. Okay. This is the data that I really wanted. I don't care that it was like this much of the you know, like, oh my gosh, it was 43% of the thing. Well, it was the most played deck. It was 20% of the meta. This is the number that you have to be paying attention to when you're trying to build and tech your deck. Basically, what I said before was completely untrue because I didn't have this data. Before, you would try to survive a Clown Shoes Swiss round and, you know, it was 10% of the meta. And so you were going to, because of the conversion rate, you were probably going to hit some Amber and Emerald but you don't tech when your deck... When that deck is only 10% of the meta, right? You're not really trying to tech for that because you're just blowing your Swiss rounds just to try to survive in a top cut that you might not make. That's a really hard decision to make. This is completely different. This is completely different. This is 20% of the meta. If you do not tech for Amber Emerald, you are throwing. If you do not put answers in your deck for 20% of the meta share, you are throwing. And the fact that it is 43.8% of the top 16 means it's a good deck and it's a problem. But anyway, I'm just saying that is what this is telling me. is now, you know what? You should probably like Hungry for Lore, you just got actually dogged. Like that 2 Ruby Sapphire in a row is awful. And like Emerald Steel, like how much Emerald Steel was actually in the room? There was 6 Emerald Steel players and you played them. And you played one of them. So, and Sapphire and let's see, Ruby Sapphire. So there's 26. So basically, so the odds of you playing Ruby Sapphire were really high. And you did. You said you played 2 of them. The odds of you playing Emerald Steel was crazy low. Was crazy, crazy low. Because you were sitting up here with your Amber Steel brethren. So I think this is the most important data that we're finding. And this is like conversion rates are scary and top 16 shares are scary and blah, 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 blah. That doesn't really tell us how you're supposed to navigate your Swiss rounds. That tells us what you do when you get in top cut, but you got to get there first. And then, like you said, if it's a clown shoes meta, then how are you going to get there? I guess Sky's Amber Emerald doesn't really fit the other Amber Emerald archetypes. Sky's Amber Emerald is closer to like Hida Under the Sea-esque things of old, right? That is like the Muses kind of control-y situation that we used to see back in the day. Also, Sky is a god. So he plays more Disney Lorcana than I think most humans even have the space for in their brain. He's a professional player. So when he brings a deck, he has just an outright advantage just because he has the knowledge and the skills and the processing power and the time to devote to it. So hi Kim, what's up? So Sky's decks are not decks that you can just like pick up and win with, but there's a lot of like fundamentals and there's a lot of Sky was literally running around vendors morning of day one getting his deck back. I told you. So there was a thing that happened on Twitter where Sky was trying to ask for cards and people were assuming that he was like baiting and trying to throw people off of what he's actually playing. And I was like, I promise you that child is running around the venue. Like he's panic spiraling, trying to get his deck sorted. He's not diabolically masterminding the meta on Twitter. He's genuinely freaking out. And I think that's really funny to think of. It is really funny to think of the Sky as like oh, he's this mastermind, and like he's like, I forgot my Diablo triggers and I panic switched the day of, and people are like, he's an evil genius. Sky steals all of it. Katie, please tell everybody, please, because I've already seen it on Twitter all day about Sky being this evil genius, and like he's and I'm like, I promise you this man is just playing the game and vibing, okay? I promise you he's just living his life, right? Like, I don't know him that well. Katie, you know him better than me. I don't know if he's the type to sit there and try to like come up with a diabolical plan to just like bait people, or if he's just gonna, you know, be good at the game and win it and not even worry to like diabolically do that. But I just saw like a few, like there was like so many different Twitter posts about like baiting and this and then how Sky, I was like, I'm pretty sure he was just trying to vibe and build a deck because he was panicking. So I don't know why that was so funny to me though. But yeah. So he steals all your foils. Well, you know, there you go. Kim is like, how dare he? Yeah, that's such a, like, yeah. He brought it, had a bad run, doom spiral. That's such a real thing that a player does. And I think maybe people were assuming that, like, he's, you know, masterminding this thing and trying to do something. But really, he's just one of us, guys. He doom spirals like the best of us. Oh, that's so funny. But yeah, I saw these other things like they're like, oh, like that's bait. I'm like, no, I think the man actually needed help. So but yeah, I mean, this is really interesting. And like, shout out Katie, we were looking at your lore and everything there, or like, not your lore, your data. I don't know, I literally read your name. And I know a lot of players who don't know what they're going to bring until the night before. I know that like most of Maelstrom brings like 6 fully sleeved and ready decks with like other cards off to the side, and then they spend the night before testing and finalizing their 60. So like and it's like, and especially too when you're like playing and then the night before you're like running games, and then all of a sudden like you can't beat Sky, or you can't beat Sailor, or you can't beat Kurt, and or Luke, or like, you know what I mean? Like all of a sudden, and you're like, wait, is this deck even good? Like I had such a good strategy, and then now I haven't won a game in 24 hours. So Kawa having 4 Infinity decks ready before Dortmund. Yeah, like that's just how it is. And some people, I know some people, their strategy is they just bring the one deck so they can't pivot, right? And that's their strategy. But when it gets to the late hours of the night, like doom spiraling with only one deck, and you're like, now that I have more information than I've had over the last 3 months, you know what I mean? Sky is bringing 3 decks to ETB, so no more master manipulation accumulation this weekend. They're like I think my favorite visual representation of this, Katie, is like everybody off to the side being like, there's a master plot and the master manipulation and blah, 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 blah. And like you pan over to Sky and he's like, huh? It's just like, wait, what? Because he just like cannot be bothered. Like that's not where his brain is. His brain is like trying to figure out the best deck and the best 60. Oh man. We all need a doom spiral now. Dude, I don't envy anybody playing this weekend, because we already saw the core doom spiraling. We've seen the infinity doom spiraling. It's so different when you're like, there's so much on the line. And I'm not trying to like, anybody that's listening that's competing this weekend, I'm not trying to like lay it on thick for you, but it is so much different when you're like, okay, cool, I have to... Katie. When I asked him why he skipped 70 on the trigger, the quote, I forgot. He's a beautiful soul, and you should protect him at all costs, Katie. Shout out to you. Oh, man. Sometimes we just are what we're doing, man. Sometimes we're just playing cards, you know? There's no, like... yeah. Yeah, this is Kimberly Ann. So this is our favorite, I was like, my favorite Irish blonde, which I don't know a lot of Irish people, but she's still my favorite. She's my favorite Disney princess for sure, for sure. And then Katie is my favorite. I was like, is it like, I want to say like a math Disney princess, like my favorite intellectual Disney princess. I don't even know how to say it, but she's like, Katie, would you say that you're a Disney princess? Like, I don't even know if Katie would identify as a Disney princess, so I don't think it counts. But you're my favorite, whatever it is that you identify with in this space. So. Okay, he did say that forgetting the triggers probably did help him win the game because it went to turns at that time and allowed 3 full turns. Okay. See? We did take a little bit of analysis after that. Did help him win the game because it went to turns at a time that allowed 3 full turns, so it didn't... Okay. There you go. It was all strategic. He is a mastermind. In the club. We all princesses. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I didn't want to start calling somebody. I'll see he did forgot. No regrets. I forgot about it. Oh, man. The game did work out okay. The crazy thing is I was being forced, during that game, I was being forced into a family game night with Team Maelstrom, and they were like, no phones. And I'm like, are you serious right now? I'm like, what do you mean? So I was like watching it in my lap, but I was also playing Settlers Catan. So I didn't get to like fully be invested in really either one, but I did get yelled at and yelled the words, I just wanted to watch the game, Dad, at RMB, and I was vetoed on that. So shout out to family game night. No phones? Pulls out a laptop and said, absolutely. 100%. It was literally in my lap, and they're like, "It's your turn." I'm like, I gotta build a road. I gotta, and then I'm like, just I felt like a football dad or something like that. You know what I mean? Like I don't sports, but I felt like I was part of a cool sports theme where you ignore your family and watch sports. Anyway, but yeah. So Katie, which princess do you identify? Like, I feel like Kim, you're closely, your Rapunzel's your favorite princess. Katie, do you have a favorite princess? Like, who would that be? I'm actually fascinated in the answers to this. So if we can get this answer out of Katie right now, I think that we'll get the inside scoop on on some Katie lore. Who's my favorite princess? I don't know. But I don't think she's a princess. I'm like, I really like Meg from Hercules, but I don't think she's a princess technically. I don't think she's a princess. But I do like her. Is Stitch a Disney princess? Vanellope is technically a princess, yes. Anyone got a strong toy deck that can provide a Dreamborn Link for Yerp? I know Humble has his like Metafy and everything for it, but let me see if I can find a link for it. Vanellope is technically a princess, but I don't think she's a queen. I think she's the princess of Sugar Rush for sure. Also, I am devastated that we're not getting Katie's favorite princess. Truly. This is a core deck. Meg, on the other hand, is with the Prince of the Gods, so technically, I think I resonate the most with Merida because I need Lucy Independent and I will do it myself. That is, yeah, like the type of like to the detriment thing. I think that's and my mom is mean to me. I think that's like why I identify with Meg as well, because yeah, she's like, I'm a damsel, I'm in distress, I can handle it, bye-bye, you know, while actively being attacked, right? Actively being assaulted, kidnapped, and attacked, and just being like, thank you, I've got this, I don't need you. And it's gotten me not far in life. If there's an opposite saying for that, then there's that. But at least Merida does it with great hair. Let's see. There's no king or queen, so Vanellope is the highest ranking member of the royal family, making her queen. Why are you trying to like do like royal lineage right here? My youngest plays the Wonderful Toys list. Gotta be real careful against other toys. That was gonna say, the toys list in a mirror is diabolical. Do you know what I did? Do you know what you guys were talking about? Yeah, Lorcana's card says that Vanellope is a princess, so get wrecked. And I don't think Meg has a princess tag, so there goes my answer. So I played down Sid, I looked at my board, and then I Firefly swarmed my own Pterodactyl Janie doll. And you were talking about feeling something when the bounce package was out. That felt just as good as Shift Bounce Tremaine, Replay Tremaine. Because guess what? I won the game. So I played Sid, I banished a toy, they banished a toy, that's 4 lore, and then I looked down and I said, oh, Firefly Swarm hits my own chosen character. My chosen character is mine. So then I quested with the Pterodactyl Janie doll, Firefly swarmed it, and so then I got 2 lore from the Sid, and then I got a lore from the trigger, a lore from the quest, and then, I don't know, I'm making it up. I don't know. Wait, Pterodactyl Janie Day, oh, and then they lost a lore, but then I won the game. Listen. I'm not a princess, I'm an ally. I have some. Oh, thank you. Ooh, Knight. Oh, Devil Knight. Devi Knight. It's always this fun game where I try to pronounce your usernames. And sometimes I'm afraid I'm going to say like a curse word in another language that I wasn't aware of. So shout out to you guys for always keeping me on my toes. But yeah, so if you want to feel something, play this list. This was incredible. I'll play in the mirror. I'm going to play you on Saturday. We're going to play the mirror on Saturday. But look at this. Firefly swarming this Pterodactyl Janie doll with a Sid on the board. Oh, I felt like a genius. It felt like 4D chess. Yeah. So, like, questing with her, and then she gets banished, and then Sid. That's 4 lore just for this one little 1-drop and my Firefly Swarm. And also, too, there was another one. I don't need to be like telling all of my secrets, but like I know a lot of people aren't playing Firefly Swarm, but let me tell you, that is my new favorite card because I took this, I had Sid on the board, I ran a bunch of my toys in, banished it, that counted for the Firefly Swarm, and then I basically Firefly Swarmed their Sid that was on the board. Because of running my toys in, gaining all that lore, and then the Firefly Swarm, because the 2 cards went into the discard, now just banishes a character. And so the cards that went in the discard drew me cards from the baby head, gained me lore from the Sid, and then turned my Firefly Swarm into a Dragonfire. This deck makes me feel things again. I feel things again from this deck, and I have never been more excited. I also bricked one game, and I drew 3 Sids in a row, and then a Horseman, and then a Woody, and it felt like old Ruby Amethyst times. So, you know what? It's great, but also be careful. But if you're not playing Core this weekend and you are playing Infinity, this is what you have to look forward to. Amber Emerald is 20% of the meta. And the last time when Zan won the DLC, it was 10% of the meta. And then it was 14% of the meta. And now it is a solid 20%. Whether it's between the Fort decks, which is a different variant, or dogs. Or a nice little hybrid of both. Because let's be honest, if the Fort deck is good, then Fort is going to make dogs better, right? So you're probably going to be running into Chromacon, you're going to be running into Fort, or you're going to be running into a Mickey variant with Oops All Under the Sea. So if you are not taking this 20% meta share into account, it'll keep being like this. And I think a lot of these people did. They are playing Amber Steel, but only 2 converted. Ruby Amethyst, right? RIP. I think Ruby Sapphire did as well because the meta share was so highly Amber Steel. Sapphire Amethyst, stop it! Stop it! That's all I gotta say. That is all I have to say. Sapphire the Amethyst, stop. Look at that. Stop it. Emerald Amethyst. Again, stop it. I love you. I love you, but if Steel is in the meta at all, if Steel continues to be a color in Emerald in the game of Disney Lorcana, nar. Okay? Amber Amethyst. Brave Souls. Brave Souls, but one made it. Emerald Steel, the one made it. And again, this is kind of like when you're going through and you're looking at a tournament and you're analyzing data, it is terrifying to look at this and say that 43% of the top 16 was one color pairing. The color pairing is split into 2 different decks, Fort or Dogs. So there's also that. 12% being Amber Steel because it's a natural predator to this. Ruby Amethyst, people thought they were going to bring that and they were going to get in. They didn't. Because they didn't. Ruby Sapphire having such a high, I mean, it's 14% of the meta and it's still, so like the conversion rate seems really good. Emerald Sapphire is wacky and wild and sometimes you can just oopsie your way to the top. Sometimes you can. Emerald Steel is difficult. The thing with Emerald Steel is if people finally lay down the Sapphire and Amethyst, Emerald Steel gets to shine. So there's a lot of like interesting things going on here. But the main thing is we can no longer deny that 20% of the meta share is a large percentage. And you should be paying attention to that when you are building your decks for this weekend in Infinity. I think this is monumentally wild to think about, because up until this point, 10%, 15% has not warranted such a lot of, like, it's warranted a lot of discussion, but the data hasn't been there to back up what we're trying to say. And just because Emerald Steel won doesn't mean this deck doesn't slap, right? You can only see the first column. Don't you don't like half data? You don't, let me get this dumb thing out of here. You guys don't need this. You don't need this. Yeah, like, just because Emerald Steel won doesn't mean that Emerald, like, Amber Emerald isn't just, like, one of the better options for it. If you're going to, I'm just, like, spilling all the secrets here because, you know what? I'm going to be casting remotely for the Belgium CCQ in, on Dutch Illumineers channel. So that'll be on Saturday, but I'm not going to be in Belgium. Boo. I'm not going to be in Canada for ATB or anything. So I'm just going to tell you all the things that I think are going to happen and we're going to see. But ATB in Canada, that's going to be a lot of Amber. We're going to get a lot of dogs, a lot of Amber Steel. And this is probably like the meta share that you're probably going to see just because of the players that are attending. How these three decks technically, Fort, Dogs, and Amber Steel will evolve, I think is going to be very, very interesting. I think Bare Necessities is a slam dunk pick, especially if we're going to be seeing a lot of Forts. You could even see some Chromacons because we've kind of had like a suspicious lack of Chromacon, and Chromacon's always good when people are not expecting it. So that Amber Steel variant with the Bare Necessities might help us out here. But I think this is like a pretty... This is data from... So this was Justice. And unfortunately, I don't have like the sources of the data, but I to be like, I trust Justice. Because I have to do about 30 more and then I gotta go. But I think some of the decks were not entered correctly. Potentially? Oh. Okay. So maybe they were getting their information from Inkdex, I think. All right. So, but yeah. So my prediction for ATB is probably it's going to be decently similar to what we're looking at here. How these, like I said, technically 3 decks, either Dog, Fort, or whatever. Let's see. The Ruby Steel player that was on the first stream, his deck is on Inkdex, and it shows him as Amber Emerald. That's literally incorrect. Yeah, he was Ruby Steel. There was one mad lad apparently with Ruby Steel, or maybe 2. So maybe there's 2 Ruby Steel players in the room, but I'm going to tell you that's probably not. You probably shouldn't be doing that, guys. Ruby Steel, he was the hero. I think his name was Dawn. And it was a great matchup. The deck was wild too. It was like Omni Droids and some other stuff. So, you know, I think for a while he was like 2/2, like at one point when I checked, and then he was like X3, and I was like, okay. Did not convert though, but Emerald Sapphire, just doing Emerald Sapphire things here. Oh, he's a local. That's awesome. Glad he got his hero moment. He definitely was the tournament hero there for a second. But okay, so I'm gonna do some squats, and then I have to go. We're up to, I think we're up to what was it, 20, 30, 40? Oh, 140. Oh my god, I have like 30 more. But basically, my prediction, ETB, the meta is probably going to sit around the same. I mean, obviously, hopefully Ruby Amethyst will shift a little bit. Maybe Ruby Sapphire will kind of overtake Ruby Amethyst. Sapphire Amethyst, please go down. Please go down. Let's get a little bit more Emerald Steel. Have that switch it out a bit. Maybe Amethyst Steel will kind of find its footing. But my prediction, Sapphire Amethyst should go down. Emerald Steel should go up. And maybe Ruby Amethyst will go down as well. And if it doesn't do that, then y'all are trolling. Okay. Oh, I'm already sore. And I hate it here. Okay. Okay. My bones. Yep. What are your predictions? hear what you guys are thinking. Tell me all of your secrets, because listen, I got no dog in this fight. I'm not having to build a deck. I'm not having to like panic swap and find a million copies of different cards, and I just get to hear about y'all's stories. So tell me your stories. Kawa is bringing, was it 3 different decks to Dortmund, so we can't predict what he's gonna play. But that is in 2 weeks from now. Oh, that one didn't count. That's fine. Emerald, Steel, Irida? Listen, I got bad eyes, so I don't know what that says, but... What? You're focusing on 4. Okay. Wait. We made it. At what cost? At what cost? Okay. I think I'm dying. Truly dying. Oh man, I did it wrong. Okay. I'm honestly surprised that Emerald Sapphire sits so low in the Infinity meta, likely because of dogs, but if people keep running Emerald Steel, Emerald, I think it could pop back up. I did get leg day. Thanks. You monsters. Woo! Got leg day in. So proud of us. Meta prediction and legs. All right, so tonight is the ICL, and we all know that that has its own particular set of skills. Wait, no. It has its own meta. And I could be doing planks. You know what? No, I can't. I don't do planks. That's awful. So, dude, like, actually, no. Actually, just literally no. So, whew. Whew, okay, I'm fine. I blacked out. I blacked out. Okay, so tonight, ICL, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, and that will be on Wonderland's Twitch, which I think, if I go and check right now, I think Luke is streaming right now, so he's actually gonna, oh, he's doing a giveaway too, and he's playing on his Switch, I swear. I swear. So, you guys can go and he'll give you actual meta stuff. Basically, okay, here's a really cool thing for you guys to do. Go into Luke's channel. We're going to raid him, right? And hopefully he's not listening right now. And what you're going to do is you're going to take all the things that I said and you're going to spit it back at him and see if he tells you that you're stupid or if he tells you that you're right. Okay? That'll be a fun game. And then when he's like, oh, that's the dumbest idea, you just be like, oh, it was Color's idea. I'm not that dumb. But anyway, so then take all the things that I told you and take it to Luke and see if he calls you insane. But tonight, ICL, actually on Luke's channel. I'll see you there. 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is the top 8 of season 3 of the ICL. And that's super exciting. So I'll see you there. Oh, he's not listening. Oh, he's got Legos and other stuff. So yeah, I'll see you guys there. All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye now. Bye-bye. Oh, man, not bye-bye yet. I got 10 seconds. You hit the raid now button, and it was like, what if you raided in 10 seconds? And I'm like, that messed up my goodbye. Now it's like the awkward goodbye where like, we're like, okay, bye, see you later. And then we walk the same direction. That's like horrible. Anyone know what's going on in QuestleMania? Actually, yes, I have to schedule my match with Dad Canna tonight. I think they had some technical issues that ran them a week behind. But Dad Canna and I will be playing in secret tonight, just a private match. And then we should get on to the next round after that. But I will see you guys tonight. Oh, bye-bye. Bye now.